What if the most expensive, most dragged out, most exhaustively documented celebrity feud of our generation just ended, not with a bang, but with a playlist ad? Buckle up, A-listers, because the tectonic plates of pop culture just shifted, and we've got the seismic readings. Kim Kardashian, in a move that has left the internet collectively spitting out its iced coffee, just publicly complimented Taylor Swift. This isn't just gossip, this is a masterclass in reputation management, strategic detente, and the undeniable power of a well-timed, backhanded peace offering. We're going deep on what this really means. Quick favor, if you're living for this level of celebrity chess, hit that subscribe button. Over 92% of viewers haven't yet. It's free, takes a second, and it's your all-access pass to decoding Hollywood's biggest power plays. If you did, welcome to the inner circle. Now, let's dissect this billion-dollar olive branch. To understand the nuclear weight of a simple compliment, we have to rewind to ground zero. The year is 2009. A fresh-faced 19-year-old Taylor Swift wins her first VMA. Kanye West storms the stage, grabs the mic, and declares, "Yo, Taylor, I'm really happy for you. I'm gonna let you finish, but Beyoncé had one of the best videos of all time." The crowd gasped. Taylor was devastated. It was the original viral celebrity humiliation. But that was just the opening salvo. Fast forward to 2016, Kanye releases The Life of Pablo with the line, "I feel like me and Taylor might still have sex. I made that bitch famous." Taylor objected. Enter Kim Kardashian, then Mrs. West, armed with a smartphone and a mission. She went full scorched earth on Snapchat, releasing selectively edited phone call snippets that made it seem like Taylor had approved the lyric. The hashtag #KimExposedTaylorParty trended worldwide. Taylor's phone blew up with snake emojis. Her reputation, in her own words, was that her career was taken away. This wasn't a feud, it was a digital assassination. Kim wasn't just standing by her man, she was weaponizing her platform with surgical precision, painting Taylor as a liar and a calculated snake. Now, let's freeze frame on the aftermath. For Taylor, this was the catalyst for her villain era. She disappeared, then reemerged with Reputation, an album dripping with venom and vault door symbolism. She built an empire out of reclaiming her narrative. She turned the snake imagery into a brand. She mastered the art of the Easter egg, making her fans feel like detectives in her personal revolution. Meanwhile, Kim's world evolved. Her marriage to Kanye dissolved in a very public, very messy spectacle. She became a billionaire with Skims, passed the bar exam, and meticulously rebuilt her image from reality star to legitimate business mogul. The common thread? Control. Both women spent years mastering the art of controlling their own stories, but one story Kim could never fully control was this one, the narrative of being the bully in the Taylor Swift saga. It's the one cloud on an otherwise perfectly curated horizon, and in the world of billion-dollar brands, unresolved public beef is a liability. It's bad for business. Which brings us to the podcast heard round the world, January 2026. Kim sits down with sister Khloe. The question is lobbed like a soft, fluffy grenade. Do you think people would be surprised that you listen to Taylor Swift? Kim's response was not an apology. It was not a rehashing of drama. It was a sleek, polished, strategic compliment. I have some of her older songs in my playlist. I've always thought she's like a super talented, great artist. Let's decode this, shall we? First, older songs. This is crucial. She's not endorsing the Reputation era, which was directly about her. She's complimenting the pre-feud, innocent Taylor. It's a compliment that also subtly draws a line. Second, super talented, great artist. This is the corporate PR equivalent of a white flag. It's non-specific, inoffensive, and impossible to argue with. She's not saying I was wrong. She's saying I acknowledge your power and success. In the high-stakes language of Hollywood, this isn't friendship. It's a cessation of hostilities. It's Kim finally retiring a weapon that had started to backfire. But why now? The timing is everything, and it's delicious. Let's look at the scoreboard. Taylor Swift is not just a pop star, she is a continent. She's in the midst of the historic economy-shaking Eras Tour. She's a billionaire many times over. She has the cultural momentum of a supernova. Meanwhile, Kim, though still a powerhouse, is navigating a post-Kanye world where her ex-husband's increasingly erratic and anti-Semitic behavior has made any association with him a toxic liability. The cool girl who exposed Taylor on Snapchat doesn't exist anymore. That version of Kim is tied to a man whose brand is in ruins. By complimenting Taylor, Kim is doing two brilliant things. First, she's distancing herself from Kanye's legacy of chaos. She's signaling that she's moved on from that chapter and its battles. Second, she's acknowledging the undisputed queen. It's a savvy, almost medieval act of fealty to the current ruler of the pop culture realm. You don't pick a fight with someone who has an army of 300 million Swifties and a direct line to the zeitgeist. You tip your hat. You add Shake It Off to your workout mix. You survive. The reaction from both fan bases has been a spectacle in itself. Swifties, understandably, are deeply skeptical. Online, the sentiment splits between "this is the bare minimum, we do not forgive," and "is this the start of a collab we never knew we needed?" Kardashian fans are largely viewing it as a classy, mature move from Kim. But the most fascinating reaction is from the neutral observers, the cultural commentators, who see this for what it is, a business transaction. In the economy of fame, Kim just paid off a debt she'd been carrying for a decade. She used the currency she had left, public acknowledgement. It's a PR calculation so cold and so effective, you have to admire the audacity. She's not asking for forgiveness, she's declaring the war unprofitable and closing the books. So, what does the future hold? A brunch? A Skims times 1989 merch drop? Unlikely. This is about coexistence, not collaboration. Taylor Swift, the master of narrative, now holds all the cards. She can choose to ignore it, which maintains her power. She can choose to acknowledge it with a vague, positive tweet, which would be the ultimate power move of grace. But she will never, ever need to address the past again. Kim has effectively handed her the win. The feud is over because the person who arguably started the most damaging chapter has unilaterally declared it over. And in that, there's a twisted form of closure. This saga, which spanned viral videos, leaked calls, snake emojis, and diss tracks, ends not with a dramatic reunion photo, but with a quiet mention on a podcast. It ends not because of a heartfelt apology, but because of a cool, strategic decision that it was no longer beneficial to fight. In the end, the great Kim versus Taylor war wasn't ended by love or remorse, it was ended by brand management. And honestly, that might be the most Hollywood ending of all. Thanks for watching.